Hey, everybody. Welcome to ProBROknow. Three brothers, three opinions, one topic. Today's topic is risky business.
Risky business.
Risky business with a question mark.
Okay, so risky business.
Risky business? Exactly, Chad. Let's dive right in.
Perfect.
So I picked this topic because I think back to when we were in public school or even high school and just some of the stuff we did as kids.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah. Think back to living in Ingersoll and just some of the things we did, like tobogganing. And
Sure.
by today's standards, they're now considered high risk activities. They don't let kids do them because someone might get hurt.
Sure.
And I'm all for safety. However, I just feel like you can't do anything anymore because there's a risk involved.
That's true.
So here's a small example. Do you remember those the little merry-go-round things in the playgrounds where you ran
Oh, I
around?
love those.
Spin around until you puke.
Until you puke. Yeah,
Yeah.
You ran around until you got sick, right?
That sounds risky.
It's very risky, apparently, because you don't find them anymore. They're nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
They're
well-
all gone because someone probably fell.
Well, no, exactly, because we'd have like 3 or 4 of us all pushing one guy in the middle, trying to
Who
make
couldn't
him
get off
trying to
the-
make him fly off as fast as possible.
Pretty sure I was the guy in the middle who was like, please stop.
Why did you do that, Wade?
Sorry, Chad. No, I remember that was a fun thing to do. I mean, you did get
It was.
sick afterwards, but it was fun. But you don't find those anymore because they're just considered risky.
Yes.
When was the last time you saw a teeter-totter on a playground?
That's too risky, Wade.
Exactly.
No, actually, that's an interesting point. I never really thought about teeter-totters, but I don't know if I have. I mean, I'm sure there must be. I don't know. Is there teeter-totters anymore?
I don't
I
think
don't
there-
even know when the last time was I saw.
I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
The last time you went to a playground to hang out, Spence, you didn't see any?
That's
I
another
don't
question.
recall any of
It's
those.
like, why are you hanging out at the
That
playgrounds?
is a risky
It's
business.
a question.
Yeah.
No,
No,
that's interesting. I don't know if there are teeter-totters.
I don't think there are.
anymore.
I don't even understand what is the point of a teeter totter.
What?
Like really, as like a
Like up, down, up, down,
like
up, down.
yeah. It seems like it gets pretty boring really quick.
Well, it does get boring until you actually try to bump your partner off. That makes it fun.
Yeah, like to me, the teeter-totter was all about, remember you would like push down on the seat or whatever and try to like buck the other guy off of his seat.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the sport of it.
Exactly.
I just remember
it was.
you'd put me up there and then you wouldn't like let me come down. I'd want to like to be
Exactly.
doing the whole teeter totter thing, but you never let me do that. You would just like get on there and be like,
I
and
remember
I was
that
like,
too.
let me down.
Yeah. That's so Chad's
Yeah.
the reason why they're no longer allowed to have them at playgrounds.
Yeah, it's me that caused all of the teeter-totters to be taken out.
Chad officially made it a high risk activity.
I think the teeter-totters really is. I mean, that's a good point you brought that up. But there's so many other things. Like, I just think about as kids. We used to leave the house, or on a Saturday, Mom would say, "Go, go out and
Get
and
outside.
get outside and play."
Yeah.
And we would have to be back by supper time. Like you would just
No,
go in.
it was come back when the streetlights come on. Sometimes, like it was.
we ate a late dinner. Or?
Well, no. If you remember, Dad always whistled for dinner. He whistled
Yes.
to get us to come for dinner.
I
We
do
always
remember
heard
that.
his whistle.
We heard the whistle like no matter where we were in Ingersoll.
all the way through the town of Ingersoll. This loud whistle.
yeah.
80 blocks later,
Yeah, we always knew it was supper time. But after supper, it was come back when the streetlights come on, and it was.
True.
She didn't say where you going. It was just come back when the streetlights.
It's true.
come on.
Nowadays, like nobody could.
No, everyone's got a
nobody could
cell
let their
phone.
child out to do
tracking. Find my iPhone. Like where are they?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Even I mean, we all have kids kids are now adults now. But
Yeah.
when our kids were younger, I remember when the kids were in public school, they could no longer pick up snow.
What?
Yeah, because they might have a snowball fight, and that would be considered high risk. So the kids couldn't even pick up the snow, or they would get in trouble.
Wow.
And then in the winter, when it was icy, they had to stand in the grassy area, not on the pavement, because they might slip and fall on the pavement. Which I just think is so
wow.
crazy to me. That
I did a lot of high risk stuff apparently as a kid. Because
okay, well, so think about that. Think about Ingersoll. they used to plow the Ingersoll School parking lot, VMS, if you remember that.
Yeah.
And there were those
Huge
huge.
mounds
Now,
of
mind you, we
snow.
were little, so they were probably
Yeah.
5 feet high, but they seemed like they were 20 feet.
No, I think they were
They
8 or
were
10
high.
feet. Yeah, they
Oh, they were
like King
big.
of the. You're talking about King of the Hill.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
massive snow piles.
absolutely.
And we would play King of the Hill. And it
Yes.
was all about who could try to knock the
Push
person off the
someone
hill.
down, yeah.
And we would push each other off the
And the
hill.
big ice boulders and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And we all survived. You would never see that happening today because it's too high risk. It's interesting. Like I feel like we're coddling. Like when did having fun and adventure become just too risky that you can't even do it anymore? Because someone might get hurt. Like there's risk in everything you do. There's risk driving your car. There's like I just think
So do you think that life has got more dangerous, or do you think that there's just so much stuff that's out there, like in the media and all that it's just causing everybody to be hyper vigilant when it's really not necessary? Is that what you're?
I think parents are just becoming helicopter parents. And there's so much technology that allows you to,
Right.
check
up
have
on
check in, cell phones. Like I remember even our girls, wanting to go for a walk at night, and I was like, not petrified, but I remember saying like, hey, make sure you take your phone in
Right.
case something happens and you've got to call for help.
and
like
how old were they?
Less than 20, but teens, But like, to think that, and maybe because they were girls, I was just extra
Well,
protective.
I think it makes a difference, probably.
and like
if-
at night walking by yourself, like it just, I don't know.
that sounds sexist, but I think if you have, if you have girls compared to boys, I think you would worry about some things, differently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, you can't really not think about that as a parent.
I know, but think like we had lots of, friends that were girls that were out playing with us, until the lights went on, and there was no cell phones back then. And, it was, I don't know, it was a different time, I guess.
So, and I've actually always wondered this question: if our parents had cell phones, if we had cell phones back,
Would it
Oh
have been
my
the
God.
same? Do you think it
would
would
it
have
have
been
been the same? Right.
I don't know.
I think we just did it because we had no other option. We didn't even know they didn't exist. Like
Thank God.
No, I know.
If there was like video or film, photo evidence of some of the crap we did.
the same? Oh man,
Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Evidence is the right word.
Yeah.
Evidence.
there was plenty of times I did not want mom or dad to know where I was. So I
Right.
think if they could have tracked my phone, that would have been another whole element of how my childhood went.
But we had a lot of adventures as kids. Some of them probably by today's standards weren't okay and were risky and maybe somewhat against the law, maybe by today's standards.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of adventures and we explored things and like
And you're still okay. You
we
still
were
made
just
it.
allowed to be kids and have fun. Like
Sure.
we went down by the river and we played by the river. No one ever thought we're going to drown. It was just like go play by the river.
I thought I was going to drown.
Did you?
When you tobogganed,
Oh yeah.
are you thinking
Actually,
about that?
Yeah.
That's a great story.
It is it's a great story. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a great story.
It's funny but not funny.
Yeah. Do you remember the story, Wally?
I do, but do you want to tell us, Vince, from your perspective?
It wasn't funny for you, I'm pretty sure.
This was your perspective. Going down
it
the
was-
hill, right? Yeah.
Well, that was, back then it was a big hill to toboggan on, and we'd had those little whatever crazy carpets.
No,
We had a toboggan
No,
at
we're
that
on-
time.
yeah,
That's
we're on
what
a
we used to
toboggan,
have.
yeah.
This was an actual toboggan
Yeah.
at the Ingersoll Hospital Hill.
yes, yeah.
But at the end of the hill
Alexandra Hospital. Shout
was
out.
the Thames River or whatever. Was the Thames River?
I think it actually was a tributary of the Thames River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say tributary?
Tributary. Yes.
Wow,
I've been polishing up on my vernacular.
You've been just waiting to say that word.
I was just gonna say
you tributary.
Right in the pocket. Right.
This
Pull
goes
it
back
out.
to the quick-wittedness of earlier. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
But yeah, we were like tobogganing there, and you guys were all. I think you were on the back, and then Wade was in the middle, and I was in the front with my legs all crammed into the little, part.
So that you couldn't escape.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was.
Get in there, Spence.
No, it
I know how old
was
I
a
was.
three-seater.
It was a
5
three-seater.
or 7.
I think you might have been a little bit older, but under 10 certainly.
No, we were on
We lived on
Canterbury.
Canterbury
so
at
I
the
wasn't.
time.
I don't think I was 10.
You weren't that old.
No, you. Yeah.
I feel like I would have been around 12, maybe.
No, because 10. That would be grade 4.
Okay. Well,
And
you
I
were,
was in
Not-
VOC
not-
in
I don't know.
Harriside.
Doesn't
let's say
anyway.
you were like 8.
Sure. For
7.
the purpose of this story.
Yeah.
I think it was 6 or 7. but-
Okay.
But yeah, and anyway, so you guys jam into the front of the thing, into the toboggan, and we go flying down. And I think, you know, where the hill was, it was like really icy. And so we were picking up a lot of speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were going down at the very end. We're bombing down there, at least 35 miles an hour or
was
something,
fast.
40 miles an hour.
Feels faster
It
as a
felt
kid.
that fast.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see. It was just like whoosh.
Yeah.
My eyes are watering.
You didn't have your ski goggles?
I didn't have my ski goggles on, no. And then you guys, for whatever
Yeah,
reason,
we couldn't afford ski goggles, if
Yeah.
you remember. We barely had coats on.
and you guys like bail. You jump out, and I'm stuck on the front, and I went,
Well,
Yeah, we bailed.
yeah,
we
but for a
bailed.
reason.
We bailed because we were heading towards the creek.
okay, but how about you stop? You guys are older. You're my older brothers. You guys did bail off and like push it as you go, and I go flying into the creek.
I don't think we
No,
pushed
hold on.
it as we got off.
No, we did not push it. And to be honest with you, I thought you would probably glide over the ice.
Oh,
No, we didn't. We didn't. Just to clarify, we did not jump off and leave you stranded. But we were.
were you on the ice with me that day? I don't remember
No,
that.
I wasn't on the ice. But here's the thing: we were all going down the hill, and we just had so much speed that we shot, across sort of the end of the hill and started heading towards the to the river,
yeah.
The tributary.
the tributary. Yes, right.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, we were all like, "Oh, we need to get off of this thing because the toboggan is going into the river." Unfortunately, you weren't quick enough.
Spence didn't get the memo.
To get the memo.
I don't
to
remember
get
you
off.
guys having a little pre-meeting to say, "Hey, Spencer, we need to jump out of this thing."
No, and I don't.
Well-
I don't even remember. I think I just assumed you were going to also get off the toboggan.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
You were clearly a slower learner, and you just kind of kept on going down to the creek.
I was waiting for you guys to put your feet down to slow us down, right? I don't know.
Because
I
you
thought I had
couldn't
big
move.
brothers that were going to take care of me, but
Well, I couldn't reach it because I was already halfway back up.
If I recall,
The hill I got
Chad was
off.
the first one to get off.
yeah.
I was at the back of the toboggan, so
Yeah.
I had that.
You bailed first. The
I
older
would be
brother,
the first one to get off because I'm the last one on the toboggan.
the older protector, he bailed first.
Your feet were tucked in at
Yeah.
the front in that little sort of that rounded over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't move. He was
couldn't
totally
get out.
restrained
Yeah.
in there.
So, anyways, carry on with the story, Spence.
Well, that was it. And I basically almost died.
I think the water was probably 3 feet deep. I don't remember actually. I remember Spence going through, and you and I just had that look like,
yeah,
oh
like
my
oh
God.
crap.
Yeah,
And
I didn't glide over the ice as you said. There
I
was
think
no
you
glide.
crashed. Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
you
I got
crashed
soaked.
through the ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you had snow pants on and
Yeah,
everything,
big
and I
snowsuit.
I remember lying on the ice and trying to rescue you.
Really, I
And-
don't remember. I don't remember. You were actually lying on the ice.
I think I reached down and grabbed him out
Wow,
of the
that
out
was
of the
good of
water.
you, Wade.
Well, but you were up the hill.
Oh, you were going down another run on the crazy carpet.
That was not.
Chad's having a snack
Yeah,
at
I
the
was
top of
not
the hill,
doing that. No way.
opening up his hot chocolate. You guys okay down there?
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true.
So I think let's be honest, I rescued you, Spence. And I remember putting you on the toboggan and we pulled you home. And then we
Well,
got halfway.
you started
Well,
pulling
we
home, then I
didn't-
got,
I
it
was
was
just going
too
to say
cold.
we didn't really pull him home. We tried to pull him home on
tried.
the toboggan.
Yeah.
But he was so cold.
He got up
you,
and ran.
You literally got off the toboggan and started running
Yeah.
faster than we could pull you.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah.
I think the one thing they say when you go into water is you probably take the clothes off the person so they're not sitting in
Yeah.
waterlogged, snowsuit. I was like laying there like,
By the time we got home, Spence was like a popsicle.
oh
in his,
my God, I
in
was
his
so cold.
stomach
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, that was honestly, it was truthfully scary. I mean, we're laughing about it now, but at the time when you see your little brother, under age 8 apparently, going into the water, going through the ice and crashing into a river in the middle of winter, it's a little intense.
And trust me, Chad knows he had a really good view from the very top of the
Yeah.
hill.
Yeah, he could see everything from down
He
up
could see
there.
the whole
Yeah.
thing as he was sipping his hot chocolate.
And you didn't even have a fishing rod, which was so
I
weird,
know.
but-
that's where Chad when he was ice fishing.
I said, "You want to go ice fishing?" or
Any
tobogganing?"
bites down there, bro? Yeah. Yeah.
That was scary.
You
It
know,
was.
it was. I was. I don't think I've ever been that cold in my life.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No way.
We got home and then I remember my mom was freaking out when she saw me. I was like, I know I was crying, not probably. I was crying. And I think she ran a bath and the water felt so hot. It was probably like lukewarm, but it felt so hot because I was
burned,
freezing.
yeah.
Yeah, it always. Yeah, when you're doing that opposite temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So
That would be the equivalent of risky business, I guess, going by the title that we just had.
yeah, the other one that comes to mind for me, Chad, that was, I think back to it now, and I think, what were we thinking?
What was that?
Skateboarding. we used to skateboard down the hill, but we used to actually do like a catamaran.
Correct.
So we would sit on the skateboard and grab each other, put our legs on each other's skateboard.
Oh, sorry. No.
Sitting parallel.
No, I think you're talking about where that funeral home was.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay, that's I don't know what that street was called, Ann Street or something, but
Yeah,
anyways, I know what you're saying.
I think it is Ann Street.
Yeah, go ahead.
But we used to do the catamaran thing and put our feet on each other's skateboard and hold hands and go down on our bums.
Yeah.
Remember that?
What are you
That was
calling
awesome.
it? The what? The cat?
Catamaran.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it
that's
was
just a catamaran.
It's like a
He's got a lisp.
Yeah.
the catamaran.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes. Of course. That was awesome.
And we would fly down that hill right across
Right
the
into
main
traffic.
street
Yeah.
into traffic and not even think twice
Used to
about
like
it.
divert into the church.
Yeah.
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 That's right. Actually, we used to pull into the church parking lot and also the funeral home, I think, as well.
It's funny. It's fitting that it was the funeral home because we could have died.
Donahue's.
Donahue's, yeah. It's just funny you do that stuff back then and you think nothing of it, and now you think I could seriously die doing
Well, like there
this.
was cars on the road, but we just like it was like we took the road over. Like, nah, cars, you go a different way. The road is closed.
I remember
Just
literally
did our
like
own
just
thing.
steering to the other lane so that the cars could go by.
Yeah.
And they would just drive around
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
Speaking of cars, though, do you remember? I don't know if you guys did this. I know I did. We called it bumper jumping.
I never did that.
No, do you know what I'm
You
talking
mean
about?
with like skateboarding and grabbing onto a
Well,
bumper?
I never tried it with a skateboard, but specifically in the wintertime when there was a lot of snow on the ground, you would just, when a car was turning the corner, you would just sort of run out and crouch down and grab onto their bumper, and just you'd be sliding on your boots, your winter boots, on their bumper.
No. And they didn't know you were doing that?
No, of course not.
Well, they must have seen you in the rear view or something.
No, if you were crouched down, they couldn't see you.
Oh, you were crouched down.
Yeah.
So they didn't see some kid crouched down in the corners or turning going,
No.
What is that kid doing as he runs out behind your car?
No. No, I'm just saying, like, you're standing at the corner, but then you have a group of us like walking across the street to go to school, like to VMS, and they would just, they'd have to stop at the corner, and then when they would start going in, you'd be walking across, and you would just crouch down and grab onto the bumper and just have it pull you, like just
That's awesome.
like sliding behind the bumper. Totally inappropriate.
We should probably state a disclaimer now that no one try that nowadays because that's definitely risky business. That's
Yes.
high risk. Yeah.
That would be one of the reasons your parents would keep you home, I think, today. But it is true, though. You just the variety of things that we did. I mean, I just think, what about playing lawn darts in the backyard?
They don't make lawn darts anymore for that reason.
Not at all.
They make them, but they're like, it's like a padded tip on them. Like they're totally safe now to
So
use.
not like the metal.
Not the metal rod that used to be on them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You can't get any kind of lawn darts?
They don't stick in the ground anymore.
What?
Yeah, like ours used to go right into the ground because they had that long metal shaft on
Right.
them. Yeah, they don't have those anymore.
Well, so what do? You throw the dart and it falls over?
I think they might actually have like a Velcro in a target now that they just kind of stick to.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah, much safer than what we used to play with. If you recall, Chad, we used real darts.
We did use real darts.
Chad had a great idea, Spence. He's like, let's use like dartboard darts and just the game became who can get closest
That's
to
right.
each other's feet
I
without
do
actually hitting each
remember
other's
that,
feet.
Yeah. And we were living on Canterbury then, so I would have been the oldest at maybe 12, maybe
Maybe, yep.
something like that. Do you remember? Were you in the backyard for that, Spence?
I vaguely remember those lawn darts, but
But not like playing with real darts?
no, I don't think I was there.
Yeah. The fact that actually that we even had darts, like actual darts at our age is a bit
I'm not even sure
shocking.
Mom knew we were playing with them. She probably thought we were playing lawn darts.
She probably did.
But Chad, being the protective older brother, thought let's play with real darts.
Mom's being triggered right now about this memory, probably.
So there's Chad and I throwing them and trying to get closest to each other's feet. And
Yes.
Chad throws one fairly hard.
I did.
And it goes
It stuck right into his thigh.
right in my thigh.
Yeah.
Like full into my thigh.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I had to run in and try to pull it out and you're like, don't tell Mom.
You were such a baby about it, as I remember.
I was a baby.
You were bleeding, though,
I think I was
probably.
6 months old.
6 months old. Yeah. Darts with a 6 month
I
old.
just remember Chad going, don't tell Mom. And I had to run in and try to hide the fact that I had this dart hanging out of my quadricep.
That's probably the whole reason why darts aren't even available now. It's probably from us.
Lawn
Well, I
darts?
think they still have darts.
They have darts. Yeah. You can't get lawn darts anymore.
That's true.
Not the same ones. They don't exist.
You have any memories, Spence, of things that nowadays nobody would ever,
Well, I just find now it's overboard with the
is.
warnings, right? Like,
Yeah.
you see like in the pill bottles, they've got those little silicate pouches, for
moisture.
Yeah, moisture, humidity, or whatever it is.
Nope.
And like they say on there, like, do not eat. Caution, do not. Like, who's eating a bag of silicate? And why do we need a warning that says don't eat it? I don't know.
I mean, I might have been able to get you to do that at age 8.
Yeah, well,
But they didn't put it in there at that time, I don't think.
no. Like, I don't know. There's so many stupid warnings, which is just all about cover your butt, right? Well, we have a warning there, so we're now not going to take any liability. But they're just so stupid warnings. I just,
Yeah. You buy something for your pool, like a vacuum accessory. This is not a flotation device.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. I was
thought
going to
I'm buying
lie
a
in my.
vacuum.
I was going to float on my vacuum in my pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? Mm-hmm. It is about CYA for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Well, let's talk about. I mean, I'm using a glass right now, but if I got a Timmy's coffee or a Starbucks coffee, it would say caution hot because who knew?
Yeah, who knows that
Who knew
coffee's
coffee
hot?
was hot?
Yeah.
Then you have to be careful. You might burn yourself. Thank goodness we have those warnings because we wouldn't know.
Shampoo, not edible.
Not edible?
Yeah.
Have you read
Do
not
not-
edible on your shampoo
I
bottle?
think it says not,
Not to be ingested or something.
yeah, like do not consume or something.
But I mean, it really doesn't have a taste that is.
You've tried
appealing to-
shampoo?
Yeah.
Chad's the reason.
I mean,
see?
have you ever accidentally got shampoo in your mouth that doesn't taste good?
No.
No?
How do you get accidentally shampoo in your mouth? How do you shower?
Don't we all do this?
Wow.
Come on now. You've never accidentally. Well, I know when you tasted soap as a kid because you got your mouth washed out with soap.
That was high risk back then.
Yeah.
Was
I wonder
high
if that still happens today. Or do
I
you think
don't-
that it's because now the manufacturers have said it's not good to ingest soap, so
Yeah.
so now
now they
parents
don't
can't
do it.
wash the kids' mouths out with soap for
Which one of you ingested shaving cream?
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
Really? Why did you do
I
that?
thought it was whipped cream.
I
or
did.
something.
I thought it was whipped cream.
And when you had like the Irish Spring taste in your mouth, you didn't clue in.
Again, I don't know how old I was. I think it was Canterbury. So I would have been, again, less than
21.
I was 18.
Is that why you get the oatmeal flavored one now?
Yeah.
Just because
I do like the oatmeal flavor.
I like the smell of that one actually.
it is
Like
good.
the Aveeno. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. But no, this was, I don't know, Barbasol or whatever. I think
Yeah.
it was. Or Gillette. I don't know.
You really should pick a better one if you're going to eat it.
Well, yeah. Maybe it was lime. I think have like the lime flavored.
They do now.
Yeah.
We
Maybe
thought it was crema.
Maybe. Lime crema.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
I
gonna
think
put it on his taco at age 5.
we never like that was a big thing, whipped cream on your Jello, right? And that was
Yeah.
like a big treat.
That's true.
And so I used to love the whipped cream, and so I thought I
Yeah.
found a
Did
jar.
you put it on Jello? Like, why were you eating it? Were you just did you
No.
just have it and you just pumped it in?
I
Like you
found
did-
it,
pumped it.
and then I hit it, and it was like, I was like, I thought it was whipped cream, and so
Wow.
I ate it.
You're the reason for all those warning labels.
Yeah,
on,
do not edible.
shaving
Do
cream now.
not
It's 'cause
do not ingest.
somebody
It's like,
took
oh,
your face is on the back of the can.
yeah.
But you ate a lot of it because you went to the hospital. I remember. You had
Did
to
you,
go to the
get your
hospital.
stomach pumped?
He had to
I
go to the
did,
hospital.
yeah.
So he ate it. So clearly,
I
it
was.
tasted
I think I
okay.
had the whole can of whipped cream. I thought.
It must have
Yeah.
tasted somewhat okay if you ate the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You weren't too intelligent back then.
There wasn't much to do in Ingersoll except
Eat shaving cream
and get darts thrown in your leg.
So, the reason for this podcast is really, I just think that we're
yeah, we got off topic a little bit there.
we're so worried and soft
Hypervigilant.
about risk, and again, I'm all for keeping safe, but we just gone overboard.
It's gone to the extreme. I would agree.
Yeah, and I just think kids can't have fun anymore because everything is considered too risky.
So what's the answer? So how do you convince parents of today's standards that the stuff that we used to do as kids, and not all of it certainly, but I mean the stuff that we were doing, that it's okay to let kids like for example, a child needs to learn what it feels like to fall down, as an example, or pick themselves back up when they wipe out on their bike or whatever. How do we get into the mindset of not being over precautious about everything?
Over precautious?
Is that a word? Over precautious? No.
No, I don't know.
If you're precautious,
Well, if you're precautious, what if you're over precautious?
Over precautious.
Isn't over precautious like extra precautious?
It's like tributary. Over precautious.
Yeah, that's probably not a word, I guess. But so
I
you can
know
leave
it.
that. You can leave that in the comments. Over precautious.
I think you would just say overcautious.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know why I said precautious.
Precautious, precautious.
Word doesn't really sound that great when you keep
No.
saying it.
No. Sounds like a menu item.
No, but seriously,
Can I get the precautious?
How do you the focaccia and the precautious?
How you say precautious?
That's right. No. How do you change the mindset? Because the mindset definitely has been for a long time. This you have to protect everybody from everything, and nobody has a chance to learn to experience some of those things. I
Well,
guess.
even I mean, I have a lot of friends who are teachers now, and I'm sure you guys do as well. You can't even do field trips anymore because they're like, even on all those field trip forms, it says, is this a high risk activity? And if it's anything that's off the school grounds or might be some kind of a potential risk, they can't even do it because it's so.
That's crazy to me.
What fun?
That's
are
because
they-
everyone's suing. Something
Well,
happens.
yeah, we
and
are
there's like,
litigious. We are
Yeah.
litigious. Yeah, that's the problem.
litigious. God, everyone's pulling out the big words today.
Yeah, it's not tributary, but it's up there. Litigious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me just preface this by saying, no, it's a serious issue. Actually, I don't like that we've gone just so far the other direction.
Yep.
Yeah. It takes the fun out of it,
Well, it does.
you know?
It does. And I think there's, I mean, I certainly don't want kids, going on toboggans and crashing through the ice and some of those things
No.
that have happened.
No.
But I mean, I think there's some benefit in some way.
It gives you a respect of water.
Well,
You have a-
yeah.
I definitely found a respect for water after that.
Yeah. Well, you'd have a respect for water, but you learn what it's like to, have to care for yourself maybe in some situations. I mean, not that you want children to be in danger, but
No, but
There has to be accountability. That's one thing there isn't, right? There's no personal accountability.
you learn to navigate your environment. You learn to navigate risk. You assess what's around you and how to make choices, how to make decisions that are better for you.
yeah, like to me, it's no different than, not giving your kids money every time they ask so that they have to learn what it's like to have to go make their own, money sometimes so that they get a sense of mastery of being able to, earn that money and buy that thing that they really wanted or whatever it is, like things of that nature. There's things that kids just have to learn how to master or for life experience, I guess. I don't know. That's my thought.
Yeah, I mean, this could easily morph into accountability and responsibility discussion, and even around how we coddle sometimes, how everyone gets a ribbon and there are no losers. Everyone's a winner. Like, I just think
That's
I think
another
it's
whole
almost
topic.
an injustice at times to how we're dealing with things in our
agree.
society.
Yeah, sometimes you need to feel the pain of loss,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes the agony of defeat is a good motivator.
Yeah.
And being competitive, there's nothing wrong with that. Competition is healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I brought it forward. I just think we're a little bit too cautious now, or precautious, to coin a phrase.
Precarious.
Yeah.
Precarious.
Yeah. We probably should lose that phrase because I don't think it
I
landed.
don't like it.
No.
Now you're just being precocious, Chad.
Oh, thank you, Wade. Another big word today. No, it's an interesting topic for sure. I don't know what the answer is, but
Do we ever have an answer on our podcast? I don't think we do.
I
That's the
think
whole point of they're not supposed to have
We end
answers.
every podcast with, so what have we accomplished, fellas?
Yeah, we've accomplished nothing.
We've had people leave the podcast, with more questions that they can then further the dialogue.
I'm rather proud of that I've left them with some questions.
So maybe they'll have these discussions with their family about what's better for them in the end.
Maybe they should.
and take more risks.
Really? You think we should just take more risks in society in general?
I do.
Well, just
Really?
loosen up. Yeah, loosen up.
Don't take life so serious.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me for this one. I appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks, Wade. Appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Ciao.
Later.